babies.
You know?
Right.
So hold on, quick question, because y'all mentioned the aborting babies, right?
Yeah.
Under the circumstances, right, of let's say a female gets raped, you feel like she should deal with that burden?
Listen. Here's my problem with this argument is when you go and look at the so-called statistics, there's that.
No, I'm just asking. I mean, it's not a lot that deal with it, but it's a part of abortion. So
I'm gonna get to your point. The number is so minuscule of the women who get raped and there's women that get raped. I'm not gonna deny that.
Okay.
But there's not an exorbitant amount of women that get pregnant off of getting raped. It's not like this big pandemic of a problem that's going on. It happens, but I'm speaking about the women who willingly, and even a woman who got raped. That's wrong to murder. That's wrong to murder. Now, depending on what the nation is. Now, if it's a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native Indian, I would have a problem with it. If it was an Edomite, a so-called white man, or a Chinese man, or anybody that's not of the nation of Israel, then I'm fine with it. I don't care.
What's an Edomite?
Hold on, I got a precept too.
Edomite, so-called Caucasian.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 15, verse 20. He had commanded no man to do wickedly, neither hath he given any man license to sin.
Right. Hey, Salaki, you mind if I weigh in on that? Okay, well, let me
come down here. Hey, good morning.
Let me ask you something. You believe in the Bible?
I do.
Okay. So would you agree that
some stuff, because some stuff in it I kind of be like,
some stuff?
Do you just not understand it, or?
No, it's some stuff I like as far as like some of your pictures you have down here, I'm like, that's not how they describe it, but that's the person they give us. You know?
Which one? The white man,
so you
or
know,
the black
white one is the one they give us,
right.
But the one they describe is not that man.
Right.
So that makes some stuff to me questionable, because if you would just lie on an appearance, how deep would your lie go?
Well, here's the thing, right? That's not the Bible's fault. The Bible says what it says. People, a nation of people that did not write this Bible gave us that image.
Okay.
They said that image was this guy, but it's not. The Bible never gives you anything like that.
Right.
Well, I would say it gives both. It gives the story behind the white one coming up and the actual black.
What I'm saying is the person that's supposed to be is never described like that.
Right.
But we do have it spoken about in the Bible that they would do that.
Okay.
Right. So what I'm asking you, if you believe in the Bible, is because the Bible says that fetus is a life. Do you agree that that's a life?
Definitely.
Okay. So if a wicked and evil man rapes a woman, he has to be wicked and evil, right? If a wicked and evil man rapes a woman, that's a tragedy. That's horrible. If that woman gets pregnant, now there is another life in that woman. To say this man committed this crime, therefore we kill this baby that didn't do anything. That's wrong. You're supposed to kill that man, not that baby.
Yeah, I got that.
Go ahead.
Hey, Salaki, real quick, and we're talking about Israelite men.
That's right.
We're talking about the seed of an Israelite man, somebody on that sign.
That's right.
Anybody else, they don't matter if they're not on that sign.
At all. Because when the laws were given to us, we were not supposed to be, treating each other wickedly. We're supposed to love each other. These other nations are at war with us. In war, you kill your enemies, right? So if it's an enemy, that's a different subject. But we're talking about our own people, right? Go ahead.
I got two. Exodus 21:22. If men strive and hurt a woman with child so that her fruit depart from her, and yet no mischief follow, he shall surely be punished, according as the woman's husband will lay upon him.
So if men are fighting and a pregnant woman ends up miscarrying because of their fight, the man who caused the miscarriage has to get punished. Go ahead.
And he shall pay as the judges determine. If any mischief follow, then thou shalt give life for life.
So when it says if mischief doesn't follow, that means it was accidental. Like I was scrapping with him, we bumped into you, you were pregnant, and a tragedy happened. God forbid. I'm just using that as an example, right? It was an accident. That's how you deal with it. But if it was intentional, like somebody intentionally caused that miscarriage, then you shall give life for life. So whoever extinguishes the life of that child, their life needs to be extinguished according to the Bible. Right? Get your other precept.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 6. I'll start at 3. For it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both those old inhabitants of the Holy Land, whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcraft and wicked sacrifices, and also those merciless murderers of children.
Those what?
Merciless murderers of children.
Merciless murderers of children. The child didn't do anything. This evil man did something. Go ahead.
And devourers of men's flesh, and the feast of blood, with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew, and the parents that killed with their own hands souls destitute of help.
Souls destitute of help. That child couldn't help himself or herself. Just inside the womb. Totally dependent on the woman who, now in this hypothetical situation, is going to kill the baby. There's nothing that baby can do about it. So, to any woman that has had an abortion or wanted to have an abortion, we would tell her the same thing we would tell any murderer, any drug dealer, any homosexual, anybody who's involved in any wickedness. Repent, because it's not right and there's no excuse for it. The baby could be adopted. The baby could. There's a bunch of different options. You don't have to kill the baby.
Hey, and real quick, if I can say this, you know, that whole my body, my choice. If the baby was your body, then you would be dying too.
That's true.
The
That's
baby,
somebody else's body.
oh yeah, all you're doing is incubating the life that's already in you. Your body is not actually the baby's body. That's an actual person.
There's a barrier that separates the baby's blood from the mother's blood. So it's not even the same.
And so that's a false. When a woman says, "Oh yeah, my body, my choice," as an excuse to murder a baby, go through with an abortion, that's off. That's a false. That's like a false saying.
If he forces her.
And real quick, I'm gonna read this. Now this is from the lady who was in charge of Planned Parenthood, who basically helped to create this big abortion epidemic that's among our people. She said, her name is Margaret Sanger, and she said, we don't want the word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population. She also said that colored people are like human weeds and need to be exterminated. Now this is the woman who founded Planned Parenthood, which is all throughout the hood, wherever Negroes are.
And you notice they're always in black neighborhoods and Hispanic neighborhoods in mass. That's not an accident. Now, we'll speak vehemently against abortion all day, every day. But since you brought up the topic of, you know, the rare instances where this is because a woman was raped, we don't want to sound like we're backing the man that raped her. So
what you're saying is correct.
So let's read this real quick.
Deuteronomy 22:25. But if a man findeth a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her,
that's rape. Go ahead.
And lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die.
You keep going.
God. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing.
So the man that forced her has to die. But to the woman, you don't do anything to her because she didn't commit any crime.
That there is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. Whereas when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this manner.
So rape is akin to murder according to the Bible. Murderers got to get put to death. Rapists got to get put to death. Unborn fetuses, we got to leave them alone. What's the